Thanks, Kay. We'll hear more from her all game long, but right now we're ready for the opening tip-off between Syracuse in white and Dartmouth in their alternate blacks. Keira Scott will start it off for the Orange, and immediately the first two go in.
Right on cue. That's what Felicia Leggett-Jack loves about this freshman, her ability to get to the basket and get those easy buckets.
Dartmouth with their first possession. Take a look at their starting five. Of course, Victoria Page holding down the middle there alongside Alexandra Eldridge, Zainab Ozel, Olivia Austin, and Claire Meyer. Dominic Camp, a smooth dish inside to Keira Scott. She's now got all
game. It did not affect Syracuse. They're getting involved in the paint.
Making no secret of where they look to get their points tonight. Here's the drive. Lost the feed. And now the Orange the other way, again, led by Camp. Dishes off to Woolley. Mid-range jumper hits from the baseline. Eldridge feeds inside to McDonald. Page for three. Got it. Nothing but nylon on that. Bucket from deep. Burrows waves off Verajao to dish to Thompson. Three from Camp. First three of the game for Syracuse comes off. You'll take a look at this one from Camp again. Shooting under 45%, but just barely.
These kind of games, every little play that you can get to your advantage, you have to make the most of it.
Dartmouth looking for their first points in more than 2 minutes. Victoria Page got another three. Stay solid on your end. Drive from Potts, takes baseline, tried to move it over there to Hawkins. Hawkins somehow keeps it alive and finds Isabel Verajao. Hustle play on the other end. Potts going baseline, dishes away, and that sets up Verajao for a beauty.
Hawkins just checked into the game, making an impact immediately.
That you're going to even get under the basket enough to get the points. Burrows turns around in the paint, gets that one in off a few rattles.
Thing for Meyer to do in this game is defense. That's why she's on the floor, not necessarily to score, but be a presence on the defensive end.
Second chance opportunity for Burrows. She hits another. Had one in the first quarter as well. Getting into foul trouble early against an ACC opponent.
It's a player they cannot afford to lose early on in this game.
Keira Wood with a finish off a beautiful feed from Georgia Woolley. Syracuse now on an 8-0 run over the last 2 minutes. Here's Camp. Inside to a cutting Hawkins for two more.
This is just an example of Syracuse pushing the pace, getting the numbers down the floor.
Dartmouth looking for their first points in over 2.5 minutes. Ozel for three. Got it. This has been one of the matchups we had highlighted going into this game, along with Claire Meyer and Isabel Verajao. Here comes Shy Hawkins. Not shy about that drive, but had to pull it back outside and into the paint for Keira Wood. That last time out down the floor. It's about 40% from beyond the arc. It's certainly a shot in her wheelhouse, and so is that one.
So crafty with the ball when she gets inside. She can shoot, but she can also handle it, and that was... Eldridge has really nice handles with the ball, but the shooting just hasn't quite been there for her today so far.
Alexandra Eldridge, a transfer out of Southern Utah.
It's kind of foul that it's okay. You know, you're trying to get the rebound. They're fine with committing it.
Burrows off the inbound feed. Beautiful finish at the rack. Menakazi off target from deep. Burrows in transition for the Orange. Wide open to Verajao, who hits.
Sophie Burrows just has it all in her tool bag.
Much of this game. Hawkins off the back iron. Rebound pulled down by Menakazi. Camp with the quick steal. Pulls up a mid-range shot and hits. Came into this game averaging under 8. They have needed her to come up big with some of their other pieces underperforming, and a big three there. She is on the bench now. Got to imagine for the remainder of this game if Syracuse is able to keep this lead.
Yeah, Velez and Camp have kind of swapped in and out of the starting lineup to who gets that floor general spot.
Maybe they build off of each other. Wilson with a finish inside at the block.
Second chance points once again for Syracuse.
shooting 70% from the floor too, 7 of 10 for Page. Wilson spins through the traffic, or check that. Wilson's only 6 foot, but she looks like a tower out there on the floor right now. Especially with Dartmouth having Doreen Ulrich on the bench, and McNabb trying to work inside, instead has to keep it out to the arc with Schmidt. Schmidt for 3. Leggett Jack talked about yesterday in our call with her. She says it's finally starting to show, everyone's on the same page, and the players are sisters on and off the court. Big time 3 from Tate again. The Dome for a pair on the 9th and 12th, hosting SMU in Miami before returning to the road to take on number 22 Louisville at the KFC Yum Center. To 5 and 7. And they will return home to host Kobe Sawyer at the start of the year, but what a way to end the campaign